Hello, friends. I'm here with Marian. Marian and her family have been a part of our church for some time, and she's here to discuss small group environments with us. And so, Marian, what is a small group?
Our small group is just a little group of 6 to 7 families. We meet together twice a month in our home.
Yeah. So you meet away from the church building, you meet in someone's home, and you do life together, and you meet a couple of times a month. So if there is a word that describes your experience with your group, what would that one word be?
Family. Absolutely family.
Well, that's a great word. What has your small group meant for your own personal growth?
My small group has really helped me to go from more of an introvert to more of an extrovert, to being able to be vulnerable with things that are going on in my life, things that have happened in the past, and always feeling love in return from them. No matter what's going on, if I need advice, help, prayer, anything, that they're there for me.
Great. So can you maybe speak to a particular season when your group and those in your group have made a significant difference in your life?
Our group has gone through a lot of ups and downs. Each family has had different things come up, different challenges, different blessings. One of them was an adoption. One of our families was able to adopt a little girl, and one of our families right now, the little boy just had surgery. So we're there, praying for them and helping out in any way that we can.
I gotcha.
So.
And groups often stay kind of at the surface. So how does your group go from like surface to significance? How do they go, if you will, deeper?
What made a big impact for our group was we decided to do a testimony night. So one evening, instead of getting into the Word, we went around the table, and it was a longer evening, but everyone shared their testimony. And that really, it opened up our eyes and our hearts so much, because you learn so much about somebody through their testimony. I didn't think I had a whole lot in common with some people, and then after the testimony night, it's like we had almost very similar stories.
Man, that's great.
So, yeah.
Man, what a great example for those who are in a group to follow, is to take time for those in your group to share their personal story. Well, I know small groups take a lot of time, and that's a big reason why people maybe don't get involved in a small group environment. So how has your family made time to be a part of a small group environment?
So we've made it a priority. It's something that we have on our calendar every first and third Fridays nights. That is what we're doing.
That's what you're doing. So you don't meet every week, but you meet basically every other week. Yeah.
We meet twice a month, and it's something that we do put on high priority, whether it's moving, missing a soccer game or missing some other activity going on. We feel the importance of it and the unity of our group, and it's like missing out on family if we miss a chance to meet up.
You make time for what's important to you, and that sounds like what your group is doing.
And our kids remind us of that.
Kids love it too.
The kids love it.
Great.
They're always like, it's small group week, it's small group week.
That's great. Well, what about those moments in a small group environment where maybe it gets awkward or it gets challenging? How have y'all navigated some of those moments?
At the beginning, it was more awkward because it was, the getting to know everyone, not knowing backgrounds or anything like that. But it just kind of, we've got people in our group that are more extroverts that will just talk and talk and talk. And so that, having a mixture of different personalities in the group to make it to where it just flows so well now.
Great. Well, let's talk about the kiddos that are involved. You said your girls are always excited about it. How do they play a part in the group? Do they join the group? Are they are they with other kiddos while you guys are meeting as a group? How do the kiddos play into it?
So we want it to be a family get together. So usually we'll cook kind of the meal. Everyone brings a side, and we'll sit down and have supper together. We've got a kids table and we have an adult table. And then kind of once we're kind of through eating, then we'll dive into the Word. So whatever we're studying. Right now we're going through a marriage study.
Okay.
So kind of looking at different marriages throughout the Bible. And so while the adults are doing that, usually the kids are playing, whether upstairs, downstairs, outside, but they see the adults in the Word.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we'll do prayer requests and the kids can join in on that. So it's not something that we're like, no, the kids can't be part of it. We want them to be part of it. We want to be an example to them of adults that come together, that get in the Word together, whether, we know it or not, they listen and they see that.
Wow. So from what I'm hearing, for someone that's looking for a playbook for their small group, sharing snacks together or a meal, as in y'all's case, involves prayer, lots of fellowship, and time in the Word and prayer.
Yes.
So very good.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say to someone that's engaged with us right now, that's on the sideline and is reserved about joining a small group? What would you say to him or her?
I would say just try it. We were wanting to get connected. So how do we get connected? We have to put that first step forward, and we have to step forward and join a group. And we did that, and then we felt like the Lord was leading us to lead a group. So then we started a group, and then it was the thoughts of, well, what if nobody comes to our group? And, over time, God has blessed us, and, our group has grown, and but you can't get connected unless you take that first step. Go try out a group. If that group isn't doesn't feel like it's right, then go try another group.
Oh, that's a good piece of advice. So maybe the first group, it's just not a good fit for whatever reason, but try another group. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good deal. So what would you say is the motivation for you and Wes being in a group and investing in a group? What motivates you both for this ministry?
Wanting to be connected with other Christians, with other members at our church that is building a life. We're building a life around our girls, but building the friendships and those families to come alongside us that believe the same thing we believe, that, trust the Lord and want to follow Him. And that's really what truly motivates, I think, Wes and I to keep doing it. It's because it's something that it's part of us now. And it would feel like there would be a big hole if we didn't have our small group.
I see. So any other advice maybe you would give to someone? Maybe they're thinking about joining a group. Maybe they're concerned about, well, I'm not gifted enough, or I don't have the gift of teaching. Or what would you say to someone that's still kind of questioning? So
that is definitely something that we went through, Wes and I, because we both feel like we weren't gifted with the teaching aspect. Okay. But I have the hospitality aspect. Not all the pressure is on you. When you get a group, it's everybody together that works together to make it happen. We actually got with another couple that actually they bring the teaching aspect, and we bring the hospitality, so having it at our house and the food and everything. So we're, in a way, tag teaming.
Well, thank you to you and Wes for opening your home and creating an environment for others to grow as well as yourself. So many, many thanks and blessings on you and your group.
Thank you.